all you need is the basics. Master the basics. It's repetition, repetition, repetition. Like, the only way you're gonna get good at something, the only way you're gonna make serious gains and get better is just doing the basics for years and years, and there's gonna be no end to it. Basically, you're always gonna be doing these movements. Don't think that you need to advance into some crazy new exercise. Like, you just need to master the basics, and with the right intensity you're gonna make gains. The basics are, you know, pull-ups, dips, press-ups, deadlift, squat, overhead press, clean and press. Like, these movements that people have always done and, you know, made serious gains and made so much progress doing it. In today's day and age, people get bored very quickly, and that's why they look for different new ways of doing something. For example, like in terms of gym, they look for new different exercises to try out and stuff like that. That's just out of boredom. What separates the people that get to a high level is just literally they are okay with being bored. They can come into the gym and do the same exercise, go home, come in the next day, do the same exercise, basically practicing the same thing over and over again. That's what gets them far. The fact that they're okay with just doing the same thing, they're okay with being bored. But in today's day and age, we need something so exciting, something new. And in terms of training, I promise you now, like, alhamdulillah, I've made so much progress. I've lifted now. I've been training for about 4 and a bit years. First 2 years of my training was strictly calisthenics. Then obviously I jumped into weight training. So I've been training weights for about 2 years and a bit. Alhamdulillah, I've made serious gains, serious progress, strength, endurance, everything, alhamdulillah. And I've never done these silly exercises that you see on social media. I've only stuck to the basics, and I've made so much progress, you know. And sometimes it is going to get boring, sometimes it's going to get very repetitive, but, you know, that's where you're going to get the gains. That's where everything's just going to come from. These movements, they're safe to do, you know, and they'll get you far. So my point is basically just stick to the basics and just forget everything crazy out there right now, because in terms of lifting and in terms of training, there's so much new things popping up. So just ignore that. Do the basics, progressively overload intensity. I always scream it. Make sure your workouts are intense, make sure you're recovering well, eating right, and you're going to make serious gains, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.